probably one of the greatest gifts which Jesus gave us was the commandment to love. Think about that. We're all afraid. Men are terrible that way. Men are such cowards. They're so afraid of showing their feelings. They can't tell their sons they love them because they're men. Come on. Well, I don't know. We must be kind of mixed up. But in my family, my sons, who are in their 50s, my grandsons, who are in their 20s and 30s, they still kiss me goodbye. I head out the door, Slán or Beannacht. Slán means health, good health with you, and Beannacht, blessings with you. And, that's so great. But yet we're so afraid to show love. Why? Love, get this, love is the currency with which God created an entire universe. It's an act of love. When you're working at something, to get something done for someone in time for his or her birthday, boy, the love, you can stay up extra hours, you can put more time into it, because it's a labor of love. I think that this whole universe was a labor of love. And when we enter into that, as sons and daughters of the living God, as Christ tells us we are, if we enter into that and take up our share of that force, that commodity, that love, that proves that we're sons and daughters of the living God. We have just been dealt part of the family means by which we can bring about our own beauty, our own little miracles in this world. We have so much to think about that is positive and good. Let's develop that portion of love that we've been commanded. And isn't it great? Because the fact that he commands us, that gives us an out. We wouldn't do it by ourselves, but oh well, if he commands us, I guess I'll do it. And my father-in-law called me when I was a young husband, after I'd been married to my wife about 8 years, and he said, we exchanged greetings and so forth. And I said, well, Pa, it's so good to talk to you. Wait till I go get Dolores. And he said, no, I want to talk to you. And I said, oh, all right. And he said, I just wanted to let you know that from the moment that you asked me about marrying my girl, I have loved you from that moment. And it really floored me, because this guy is an old Wisconsin German. He had a hard time showing emotion. And I remember saying to him, Pa, I wish you could say that to Roy or Terry or Robert, his kids. He said, I can't. Isn't that tragic? They needed to hear it. He couldn't do it. God bless him. A wonderful man. A wonderful man. He couldn't do it. And let's get over that kind of weakness. What is the greater weakness? There is no greater weakness than the weakness that comes of a fear to appear to be weak. That's a terrible weakness. It's almost a sickness, wouldn't you say? And not that I would ever point any fingers, but it's something to think about. So Celtic Christianity, love, family, the world around us. Are we pantheists? Pantheists are what? People who worship nature? No, we go way beyond that. go way beyond that, just like I was saying last night. And to Father Benson, I said, you know, I was invited to a house for dinner. They wanted me to meet the new Roman Catholic priest in our area. It's a funny thing, they have give us a grudging respect, they really do. So I met this Father Sean, and he said, I've heard a little bit about the Celtic Church, and I know you people go back a long way. He said, I really don't understand an awful lot about you. And I said, well, it's simple really, Father. You know all those publicans and sinners that Jesus used to hang out with? Well, they never went away. Here we are. He likes us. And we kind of like him. Now that sounds like a funny way to put it. But no, I think it sums it up. God isn't up there. He's right here and here and here. And as I tell the young guys, God does not walk out on tiptoe out of the room when you fish out your Playboy magazine from under the mattress. I don't think you're going to shock God. And, you know, come on. This God is with us, in us, over, under. Read the old Gaelic prayers. Be thou a guide before me. Be thou a guard at my back. Be thou a guiding star above me and a smooth path beneath my feet. But you know what? Keep the simplicity in mind. There has to be time to think, to ponder. You know, as I was saying to the group, sometimes we're so busy talking at God. We wouldn't be able to hear what God had to say, what the Holy Spirit was trying to say inside of us. We wouldn't be able to hear it. We're so busy with our much speaking. We've got to get away from that. And get to feel more comfortable with God being not way up there. You know, this whole picture, people, they say, well, I can't believe in any of this anymore. I can't believe in this, I can't believe in that. Well, no, of course you can't. If you still want to think of God as somebody with a long white beard and a white nightie sitting on a cloud way up in the heavens, if you still think like that, as you did when you were a 5-year-old or something, it's not God's fault you haven't grown up. You've been given all the wherewithal to grow up. Why didn't you grow up? If you live your life, any of us, and I said this to myself so many times, if we live our lives just for ourselves, it's not worth living. It really is not worth living. We have to be able. Well, think about love. Everybody think, do you love me? What difference does that make? That this person allows me to love her or him. Wow, that's wonderful. That in and of itself is enough. One last thing. Celtic Christians are not supposed to think. We're not supposed to ask for heaven. If everything you do in this world you're trying to chalk up points so that you can get past whatever this is, forget it. You might better go on up to Vegas and play the machines or do whatever you want. That's not what it's about. You do things because they need to be done. Because people are worthy of your respect. They're worthy of your love, your care.